It's more and more people have the ability to share their ideas, to share their stories, to share information. Yeah? And that can be correct information or it can be misinformation. So in the US, in this last election, I think we saw a lot of stories that were created by people in their basements, random people, that were false, but that spread across the whole country. So it was very hard to understand who to trust and what stories are right and what stories are wrong. You know, we don't have enough media literacy right now for people to understand the difference between true and false stories. So that's maybe the downside. All citizen journalists need to have a lot of desire, a lot of energy. They need to have resilience. You know? They need to be able to pick themselves up when they feel they're pushed down. But when we look at citizen journalism, there are a lot of different kind of roles that can be played. Right? There are people who can learn to be very good investigative journalists, and they can follow corruption stories or investigate money and ownership of property. There are people who are very talented at interviewing other people. Right? There are people who are very talented working with technology and with the cameras. Right? There are people who are very good creating stories for podcasts or for audio. There are people who are good editors. There are people who are good at helping journalists who are in dangerous situations protect their privacy, protect their identity. So there are lots of different skills, lots of different roles that people can play. And I think it's important for people to understand themselves and their motivation very deeply, and for them to dive down into really building up a skill that makes them unique. Citizen journalists I met, they're all united by some idealism, yeah? And they're united by a lot of courage. It takes courage to do this work here. Yeah? But what I hope happens is that more and more young people see that this is work they can do, this is work that can make a difference, and to not feel powerless. And so I want more young people to realize they can do this, they're not helpless, that they have a chance to learn a skill and apply it and help their community. It's also important that from the beginning, they are connected with a network of other people who they can learn from, who they can teach, who they can share with. You know, we have to change the model that we have. We have an old model which says, oh, only the experienced person who's at the top can help me. But everyone can help you. Everyone has some knowledge that you don't have. You know something I don't. You can teach me something right now, I'm sure. So if we look at each other all the time as potential teachers, and we think of ourselves as teachers, then we can really make a difference.